pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Anybody have anything they'd like to have removed from the consent agenda? Not here. Good. And no public comments? And fiscal officers report. Good morning, fiscal.
Good morning.
Nothing to
report.
Nothing to report. And moving on to the fire district, we have 5455, a resolution authorizing the township administrator to enter into a guaranteed maximum price agreement with our construction manager at risk, Conger Construction Group, for the construction of Clear Creek Fire District Station 24.
Yeah, so we're starting off with a pretty large request here.
Yeah.
I went through some files on Friday preparing for today's meeting and found a memo from back in 2010 where this whole project kind of started. So if you think about it, it's been about a 13-year project and process. Taking quite some time to get where we are, but we're here.
Yeah.
You know, first of all, thank the board because we're able to pay cash for this. So the fiscally conservative approach that we take as a township is allowing us to save about $1 million in interest if we would have had to finance this project. So being able to squirrel away money every year and knowing that this was coming, we were able to pay cash. Secondly, Mr. Clark and Mr. Corollas, they've been side by side with me through this whole process, looking at spending nearly $11 million on the building, plus what we're going to put in it, plus the land and everything we've worked through. I've never made an expenditure this large, professionally or personally, obviously. So having them there to help sift through the numbers and tell me, yeah, it's going to be okay, is greatly appreciated. And last but not least, Assistant Chief Steve Fox has really just went above and beyond through this project. He was a volunteer deputy chief at Wayne Township, if you weren't aware of that, and he was instrumental in when they built their recent fire headquarters. So having him on board, I've never built a fire station before. So him and his special expertise, working with the construction company and our architects to bring this, forward. The amount is around a little less than $20,000 less than what we originally brought to the board a few months ago. So we were able to come in under the budgeted amount, and we made no cuts. We modified a few things, but the building is still going to meet all of our expectations. So I'd be more happy to answer any questions of the board.
Okay, anybody have any questions for Steve?
Do not.
It's actually hard to believe that we started talking about this 13 years ago. I have no questions. Is there a motion to approve 5455?
So moved. Second.
Mr. Wonderfall?
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. Okay, and then we have a recommendation to authorize the pre-order of 8 Stryker LifePax 15 V4 cardiac monitors, statement price of $218,000.
Yeah, never thought asking for $218,000 wouldn't seem like much, but after the previous resolution, it doesn't seem like a whole lot. But in preparation for our 2024 budget, part of our capital replacement is new cardiac monitors. So
are they outdated now?
They are correct. So
able to be recertified, that's assumed?
That's correct. So we put a committee together, and they did a great job vetting the 3 primary players in the industry. They came back and decided to keep the same vendor that we currently use for a lot of reasons, but they really vetted the product, and I'm very proud of them and the work they did. And by going to other vendors, they got our current vendor to sharpen their pencil pretty well to bring the price down. And then also the vendor offered to give us 2023 pricing if we would just commit today to say, yes, we are going to buy them in 24, which is they're going to be a 3% increase effective October 1st. So that's why I bring this to the board today, to just get your approval to say, yes, we will authorize the budget for next year to purchase these monitors to save the 3% from next year.
Okay. Anybody have any questions for the chief? Is there a motion to approve this expenditure?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Wonderfall?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. Steve, anything else at this time?
We have a couple more, or another resolution.
Oh, sorry. Resolution 5456, a resolution declaring personal property as surplus and approving the internet auction, direct sale, donation, disposal, and or destruction of said personal property, dispensing with the second reading.
So this is for that mass casualty trailer that we took possession from Joint Emergency Services probably 8 or 9 years ago. The biggest thing we used on that trailer was the Gator, and we used that for a lot of our special events. But since we were able to purchase our own vehicle, that was breaking down along with the truck and the trailer. So we've been in contact with Hamilton County Emergency Management because they're the ones who distributed the grant years ago, because this was part of federal funds after 9/11. They were wanting to put mass casualty units throughout the country in case we had another terrorist event. People could respond and provide care. However, the truck and trailer are breaking down. We foresee it being quite an expenditure moving forward, so we wanted to talk with Hamilton County about taking the truck out of service, what we would need to do, and there was nothing in place to actually take the truck out of service. So we said, well, we don't want it anymore because we don't want to dump a bunch of money into this thing that has never been deployed. So they have agreed to take it back. So we're just going to do an intergovernmental transfer. They're going to take the unit, they're going to house it in their warehouse. It's still available to us if we would like to call for it. Hopefully we never will need to, but it is still available resource to the county that way. But we don't have to dump money into it that we expect to happen in the future.
So nothing else to go along with this resolution, just that one piece of equipment?
That is correct.
Okay. Any questions about 5456? Is there a motion to approve and dispense with the second reading?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. And then item 4, recommendation to accept a donation of $50 from Ron Compton to benefit the fire department. Is there a motion to accept this recommendation or this donation?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. And then we have a recommendation to make an application for the 2024 Loeb Foundation grants. You certainly want to do that.
We do.
Anything specific?
We have an electronic Knox box program, so the safes that are in the businesses that have the keys, that we have kind of the keys to the city, if you will. It's a hard key currently. So if you would lose one of those keys or someone would steal it, they essentially could have access to any business in the community that has that key. So there's new technology now where it's actually an electronic key that you have a passcode that you have to use. So we're in the process of upgrading all of our apparatus and vehicles, and then we want to upgrade the boxes in the community through this project.
Good, good. So, my motion to direct the chief to apply for this grant.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Okay. Anything else, Steve?
Just two quick things. The Loeb grant that we received last year, we put in for ventilators as part of the COVID push for that. Well, they're so back ordered that they will not give us a date on when they will come in. So we reached out to Loeb and asked if we could use that grant money that they had awarded us years ago towards the cardiac monitor purchase, and they are okay with it, and we have that in writing. So we're just I just wanted to let the board know that I brought to you that we're actually going to apply that money to our cardiac monitors that you just recently purchased, and they're okay with that.
Good.
And then the last thing I had is open house next Sunday, October 1st, from 1 to 4. I'd love to have you all there.
Okay. Anybody have any questions for Steve? Anything? Okay, moving on to the police department. Chief, we have a recommendation to purchase 3 Dodge Durango Cruisers, 123 and 224 from Grieve Dodge on a state bid for a combined total of $146,853, and to authorize the outfit of the 23 Durango by Car Safety Equipment at a cost of $23,000.
Yeah, police department had budgeted to buy 3 police cars this year. We thought we were going to get away with not having to buy any. However, this accident we had the other day, we believe that car's gonna be totaled. All the airbags were deployed, the front end was crushed in. So that made us have to move to try to do something with the car we're gonna be missing. Greevy Dodge had done a bulk order, and police cars remain a very problematic thing on trying to get. The Chargers are going away. The Durangos will eventually go away to a different body style, a larger vehicle. Ford is talking about getting out of the police car business, and that would leave maybe Tahoe's left. So in talking to Greevy, we can pick up one of their 23s that they've bulk ordered, that they've got coming in. And they offered that if we bought that one, they would give us two 24s at the 23 price, so we went ahead and ordered those. And again, we have no idea when they would come in. We're expecting we have to replace some cars anyways next year. But it could be, who knows when we'll actually get those cars in. So with the thought that we could save some money, I'm going ahead and pre-ordering those. That's what I was asking the board to do. Since we'd be getting the 23, we need to outfit that. The 23 and the 23 Durango and the outfit cost should roll back to us from the insurance when they do the total out on that. So we're actually purchasing 2 out of the 3 we were approved to get if it's done that way. So that's where I'm at. I'd like to do that if the board would permit that.
Anybody have any questions for your chief about the purchase of vehicles? Where's Greevy Dodge?
It's up north someplace. We bought from them before. They seem to get the state bids pretty frequently. I don't actually know, but it's up north someplace.
Gallup.
Gallup, yeah.
Okay. Any other questions about this purchase request? Is there a motion to authorize the chief to purchase these vehicles?
So moved. Second.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. Then we have a recommendation to make the application for the 24 low grants for the police department as well.
Right, the SRT team is mandated that each member have night vision now. That's one of the articles of equipment they want each person to be assigned. It's roughly, there's 3 officers on that squad. They're about 8,000 or so apiece, so I would need to ask for about 25,000 for the load, just if we get that and supplement whatever they don't. So that's what the load grant will be about, is trying to fulfill that obligation to the SRT officers on the equipment that they want them to have.
Okay. Is there a motion to authorize the chief for applying for the load grant?
So moved. Second.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. Anything else, chief? Okay, under administration, we have resolution 5457, resolution dedicating a portion of Quick Creek Township shares of funds from the American Rescue Plan funds to pay for various projects and equipment dispense with the second reading.
So this is a specific project. This is for the state bid construction company for replacing the salt dome up there that I reviewed a couple months ago. Kind of a capital plan for some park funds. So again, this pricing is updated since the previous expired. And this particular expenditure does include self-performing some of the excavating work in preparation for that salt dome. So if you have any questions about it, I'm glad to answer them. Ryan did a good job of pulling together these numbers and getting this in front of the board today.
And I think I saw into this is new concrete.
Yeah, so they do these in 2 different ways. They do a pillar system where they do a foundation. The pillar system, they have to be 8 foot deep, and we're not going to be able to do that, so we're going to go with the foundation system. And we also chose to go with the 8 foot precast walls on the inside of it, so they'll actually be 6 foot away from the foundation, so the salt should never touch the building. The 8 foot pillars hold 2,500 tons. It's 65 by 96. The 12 foot ones were $60,000 more, so we opted to stay with the 8s. But the 12 footers would have been 3,300 tons. So this would just be a long dome. It'd be similar to what you see at Oak Outputs, 27 foot tall, plastic top. We didn't really talk about what canvas. It's got a 20-year on canvas, 20-year warranty.
Okay. Anybody have any questions for, running about 5457? No, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Is there a motion to approve 5457?
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. And 5458, a resolution to approve an agreement between Clifford Township and Spectrum Business for fiber optics internet service at all township locations and dispensing with the second reading.
I teased this last meeting, that we had an agreement with Spectrum, so this primarily does two things, the biggest of which is actually Spectrum has agreed to eat the cost to run fiber optic point-to-point to the park building, which solves a decades-long connectivity issue out there, and it should allow us to do some more monitoring of the park grounds with the increased bandwidth. And the connectivity speed here at the government center will double, and move from 100 megabytes to 200 megabytes. So you get 100 up, 100 down. Your internet, which obviously gets feeded out to other satellite locations.
And they're going to eat the cost to run that.
Construction costs that are needed because we agreed to do a 60-month contract.
So motion to approve 5458 and dispense with the second reading.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Okay. Anything else under administration at this time?
Not this time.
Planning and zoning, nothing on the consent agenda stuff.
That's correct.
Okay. No new business for the road department?
Nothing that,
Next, we have the consent agenda. Motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yeah. Staff updates.
I don't have anything today except to thank Mrs. Tischler for stepping in to call roll today as the board secretary with Russ out of town.
Very good.
Is it?
It's my pleasure.
Is it?
Okay, we do have an executive session scheduled. Is there a motion to recess this meeting and enter into executive session?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yeah. Okay.
Need everybody to stick around.